Hello and welcome back to yet another video. I know missed the video yesterday. However, in my defense, I believed I released 2 videos one day this month. So, you know, we're just catching up. We're catching up. And in any case, I might be able to push out 2 more videos in one day at another time. But until then, I am gonna just write yesterday off as pushing myself too hard. I got home and I was like, I should make a video. And I was like, I don't know what to make a video of. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know, if I'm just really not feeling it, like I'm not feeling at all, I'm not gonna do one. Not gonna do one. However, today, another day, another video. Here we go again. Roll that intro. Alright, we're gonna make this a quick one today, and we are gonna be talking about my favorite small LED RGB light that I've been using for a lot of my photo shoots and video shoots. In fact, I used it at that Jesse Melancholy photo shoot. If you haven't seen that vlog, go check it out in one of the corners. I think it's this corner. Go check it out in one of the corners, and then come back here because that video is so cool. I love that video. I love Jesse. He's got a little sneak preview of his song, his upcoming song, if you catch it, maybe. But in that video, we were discussing the use case we've had for this light here. So this here is the Nanlite PavoTube 6C, and this thing's amazing. I absolutely love it. What do you love about it, Vipop? I'm glad you asked. Let's just jump in. So first of all, you'll notice this is a tube light. So it's a bloop, it's a tube, so it's elongated. It's not like a panel where it's rectangular. It's a tube. What does a tube do that a panel doesn't? Not much. It still emits light, but it is super soft in the way it emits it because one of the diffusion panel that the Nanlite is made out of, it diffuses the light a lot more, and just because it is more, you know, it curves out a bit, the rays of light go spread out a bit more instead of just a panel. That also helps it become like one of the softest portable lights I've ever used. It's amazing. Next great thing about this light is that it's RGB. So here's the light. As you can see, it's just cycles through all the colors. Now, of course, I can manually select what color I would like it to be, but just to show you that it is RGB, the full spectrum, here we are. So that's really cool. So if you want to light up a backdrop, if you want to do a hair light, backlight, any kind of light where you may not want massive Samaritan softboxes, massive tube lights, massive light panels, you can use something like this. And it's honestly, this is amazing. Again, like in that video I did with Jesse, we've used this on pretty much almost every single shoot I've ever done with him. I used it during the long exposure and drawing that light trail behind Jesse. We used it in the fireworks video to light up for the video, and we used it for the photos as well. It is shockingly bright. Like for the size it is, it's quite a bright light, and honestly, I'd be happy to use it as a fill light, and if I really need a key light. Like yeah, I think it's bright enough to be a key light in a pinch. Now, I'm not gonna just solely rely on this because of course, the bigger the light, more softer that light's gonna be, but in a pinch, if I really needed to, I could use it as a key light. Another great thing about this light is that there's a few ways to mount it. You've got your 1/4 inch at the very bottom on both sides. So you've got one on this side, you've got one on the other side. But not only that, it's also magnetic. So you can just flunk this onto a lamp post, your fridge, anything magnetic. In fact, yeah, it magnetizes on my boom arm, so you can magnetize this to any spot on your car. Like you can, if you don't have a stand, magnets, which is really cool, and it's something that you don't think about often. But the fact that it does magnetize, you're out vlogging and you're like, it's getting dark, I really could use some light. Yeah, and the street light's just, it's not powerful enough, or the street light's broken, or it's off, or whatever. We'll use this, magnetize it, flunk. You've got light. Perfect. Well, I love to magnetize it to street lights to get that rim light, that backlight. Again, it's just super versatile in how many applications you can use this light. Now some things I'm not a big fan of. Now I'm not sure if it's just my model of tube light, but the battery life doesn't seem to hold up. Now on the website it does claim only 1 hour of battery at 100% and then 10 hours of battery at 1%. And again, this is a very bright light, so I found that it's actually quite usable at 50 to 60%. But even when I'm using it at 50-60%, I feel like the battery may not last as long. Like here, what's really cool about this light is that depending on how dim you have this, it'll give you an estimation of how long it reckons it can last at this power output. So maybe it's just my light, but I feel like this drains a bit faster than I'd like. So battery life could definitely be improved, but I guess battery life on anything could be improved. I wish my phone lasts longer. I wish these lights last longer. I wish my camera lasts. Wished nothing had to be charged. But when it does need to be charged, it just charges via USB-C, which I have like a million cables of. The controls on the back, now this just might be my idiotic brain, but these are the controls on the back. You've got a power button, a mode button, a switch button, and a positive negative to change the value of said menu items. Now this just might be me, but sometimes I hit mode when I mean to hit switch, and I hit switch when I mean to hit mode, and again, could just be me being an idiot. I'll 100% take blame for that. I wish there was a more distinct way of controlling each aspect. For example, the tube light behind me, the PavoTube behind me, has dials. Now I know they wanted to keep this small, portable, and maybe dials on the back or dials on this side. You would have eliminated one of these 1/4" threads and were sacrificing at places that were sacrificing. But for me, I find the controls a little finicky. Like you just have to hit mode, 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 and then switch between your dim, your color profile, your hue, and then you gotta click, 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 or hold it down and you overshoot, you gotta go back, click, 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 click. I just wish it was a little bit better, like if they added app functionality to this, which they may have by this point. I believe this is no modern light, but I find the controls just a little finicky. And although I love the size of this, like I think the size is a great size, being super small and portable, I do kind of wish there was like 1/2 this size, but maybe 1/2 this size, but this one in particular is it's a little too long. What do you mean by that, Vipop? It's tiny, it is, but it doesn't fit in any of my camera bags that well. Like it's an awkward shape. Like it's longer than my 70-200 lens, and this lens can be awkward to fit into some of my camera bags. This light here is just super awkward. Like, where do I put that? Sometimes I put it in the water bottle slot, but I don't really like having it there. Easy to take out, easy to fall out. Sometimes I just shove it in the top, but now it's just taking up like 60% of the room at the top of my bag. It's just an awkward shape, it's an awkward length, but at the same time, I can't complain about it. It's like, the shape and size is something I like, but also it's just awkward to pack away, and then finding a good spot in a camera bag, and from what I've found, it's kind of awkward. So it makes it harder for me to bring it everywhere, even though I just love to bring it everywhere. I'm sure there's a smaller size, and that probably would have fixed all of my issues, but then maybe battery life is worse. I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts and feelings on the Nanlite PavoTube 6C. Again, I think it's a great, versatile, pretty much can go anywhere provided you have the right bag. Great for fill lights, great for backlights, key lights in a pinch, the magnets on the back. Mwah! Just love it. Just love it. And again, super bright light. If you are going to pick one of these lights up, I don't have an affiliate link for anything, so just if you want a cool, versatile light that you can use for product photos, portraits, again, it's that versatile. Alright guys, that was just a quick one for you today. Hope you enjoyed this video, learned something new. If you want to pick one up, again, I'm sure Amazon's got them. I think they're about 220 AUD, so they're not like the most expensive light either. And the amount of value I've gotten out of it, yeah, well worth the money. I'm probably gonna pick up another 2 or 3 of these when I can. Hit that like button if you liked this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.